This week marks the first anniversary of the Raila swearing-in that took place on the 30th of January 2018. It is therefore fitting for us this week to examine what has happened that is likely to affect the politics of this country going forward. There have been monumental happenings. There are milestones which, when history is recorded, will be recorded as events and pronouncements that forever changed the politics of this country. The men behind these pronouncements and moves will be recorded in history as a great men who shaped the history of this country. The first such event and pronouncement was not actually the election of August 8th, 2017. Not even the judgment by the Supreme Court that annulled President Uhuru's win. However serious and earth-shaking that petition was. The first thing that was going to affect the future of this country was a Raila announcement on the 10th of October 2017 that he would not be taking part in the repeat election scheduled for 26th of that month. When the details begin to emerge, when history is written, Kenyans will see the role Raila played at that time and what that withdrawal meant for this country. The next major event and pronouncement that was not only monumental, but that is going to shape and is already shaping the politics of this country was the Raila swearing in. Considering that Raila did this thing alone, the dynamics of the swearing in meant that he did it alone, leaving his so-called core principles out of it. Dashing ahead will be understood for what it is as we record the history of this country. The next major event, in which Raila again is a major player, happened on the 9th of March 2018. And this is the time when Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta decided to work together. So monumental is this event that many years to come, as people read the history of this country, they will understand its role and its place in shaping the politics of Kenya and indeed the history of this country. The next major event that will affect the politics of this country was the Atwoli announcement. The announcement or the comments by Francis Atwoli during Labor Day on the 1st of May 2018 that Uhuru is too young to go anywhere. Many people dismissed this. A lot more people got annoyed, and others just ignored it. But as the politics of this country begin to unfold, as we move towards 2022, Francis Atwoli's announcement, rather not even announcement, his comments that Uhuru should not go anywhere because he was too young, that it will cause problems to people, read in fact together with what David Murathe had said much earlier, that for Ruto to win in 2022, for Jubilee to win in 2022, Uhuru should be around. Should be around to ensure that Jubilee is not defeated. So this Francis Atwoli comment actually creates a narrative in the minds of Kenya. Before the issue happens, before the thing happens, it will help in shaping the politics of this country. Now, as we move into the future, I expect one more major earth-shaking announcement. This earth-shaking announcement will come from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. In this earth-shaking announcement, in this move that will now definitely, clearly leave no doubt that Uhuru and Raila have decided from the day of the handshake that the President of the Republic of Kenya in 2022 may not actually be William Samoei Ruto. So when you look at what's going on, when you look at what these powerful men have said in this country, when you look at the message and read it deeply, when the undercurrents, when the dynamics will be understood, when somebody will try to understand how come as Raila withdraws from the 26th election, how come Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula, how come they had it like the rest of us in the media? How come he did it man solo? The dynamics will be clear as we move forward. How come things were played in such a way that the core principles would not be with Raila Odinga in Uhuru Park as he ate the Bible, as his followers said? These are major events coming from powerful Kenyans, and this, if you don't read now, read it in the history books, because when history is being made, many people rarely understand. When earth-shaking things are happening, people only understand when history is made through the battlefield, when the wars are being fought. But when there are subtle pronouncements, subtle moves, earth-shaking moves, a majority of people don't understand. My role today is to tell Kenyans to prepare to hear from Uhuru Kenyatta. What Uhuru Kenyatta will say will not only be earth-shaking, but will be clearly the last pronouncement needed for Kenyans to know where they are going. Worse still, or better still for those who think it is good, in 2022, we are likely to have elections. It will be a formality. And Kenya is likely to be a de facto one-party state for the next many years to come.